Hello, I am Dr. Reshma Susan Matthew. I am working as a consultant psychiatrist in Amala Medical College, Thrissur. So, the United Nations has declared June 26th as the International Day Against Drug Abuse and Illicit Trafficking. And the theme for this year is Share Facts on Drugs, Save Lives. So, it is important for us to empower ourselves with the information about drug abuse and also to share it so that we can save the lives of those around us. So, what do the statistics show in the world? So, in India, when we look, we see that around more than 22% of India's population has some form of drug dependence. So, when you think of 22% of the population, you have to think of the families that are involved also. So, all of them are suffering because of the drug dependence in their families. And when we look at Kerala, you see that the mean age of onset of drug abuse among children, when we look at alcohol, is around 13 years, and when we look at tobacco, it is around 11 to 12 years. These are alarming numbers that we see in our state. So, what do we mean by drug dependence? How do you understand what are the features of drug dependence? So, the first thing is the person will have an intense desire to use a substance. So, we know that there are different sorts of substances. It can be alcohol, it can be tobacco products, it can be cannabis. So, the person has an intense desire to use the substance. Second is that he loses control over the amount of substance he uses. So, he wants to control it, he wants to reduce it, but he is unable to. Third is that he will have tolerance. What do you mean by tolerance? By tolerance we mean that when you compare the amount of substance probably he was using some months back or some years back, it has considerably increased to get the same level of pleasure that he used to get. Fourth is that he experiences withdrawal symptoms. So, what do we mean by withdrawal symptoms? So, when the person has been consistently using a certain amount of substance and they suddenly stop using it or they decrease the amount of substance that they use, they experience some side effects. It can be physical complications like disturbances in their sleep, in their appetite, or it can be some psychological complications like anxiety, irritability. So, these are all different sorts of withdrawal symptoms that patients experience. Fifth one is that even though they have a lot of harmful consequences because of these drugs, it can be physical complications like people may be getting illnesses because of the type of drug that they are using, and they may be having some other complications in their family, in their workplace. So, even though they are facing all these difficulties, they still continue to use the substance. Next thing is that they will reject all sorts of alternate pleasures in their life. So, for example, we all have our pleasures from our family, from spending time in our hobbies. So, because of the type of substance that they use and because of the time that they use in the substance, they neglect all sorts of other pleasures from their life. So, these are some of the features of a person who is having substance abuse. So, what are the complications of various substance abuses? So, we are all aware of, we always see in the media, we read in the newspapers about various complications that different sorts of substance abuses can cause. So, what are the medical complications? Commonly we know that any sort of substance abuse can increase your risk for malignancies. We know that there is increased risk of gastrointestinal malignancies, and we know that there is a risk of cardiac complications, hypertension, diabetes, all sorts of medical illnesses that can cause. There are other neurological complications like you can have disturbances in your memory, in your vision, in the way you walk. So, all of these are different medical complications that a person can have because of substance abuse. What are some of the psychological complications? So, a person who is having a drug dependence can have depression, can be more prone for anxiety symptoms, psychotic symptoms, or even sometimes can lead to suicide. And what are the social implications? We know that when you are using substance or depending on a substance, you are much more prone for legal complications like drunken driving, or you may be possessing illicit substances like cocaine or opioids. So, all of these can lead you to legal complications, and the family also, it can lead to many interpersonal issues in the family, and it can also lead to financial complications in the family as well. So, how can we prevent substance abuse in the community? So, we have to think of starting preventive strategies from a very young age, that is from the children's level itself. So, what can be done for children in the family? So, let us start with the family. So, in the family, the cornerstone of preventing substance abuse in children is that a good communication and a good relationship between the parents and the children is very essential. This is the cornerstone of preventing substance abuse among children. So, a very strict parenting or very lenient parenting, both are not good for a child's development. So it is important that we have adequate parenting skills, and that adequate involvement in the child's life is important. So what can be done? So it is very important to encourage good communication within the family, also encourage sharing of information about substance abuse. So even at a very young age, the parents should be encouraged to share information about drug abuse and the possible complications of it. In the school level, what can be done? So the teacher should be very vigilant in identifying children with those with some academic difficulties, those who are having changes in their behavior, those who are easily aggressive. These children should be taken special note of, and they should be these should be informed to the parents. So what can be done? What can the parents and the teachers do together? So in the school setting and the family setting, special attention should be given to children who are having symptoms of ADHD, or what we call attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, where these children are much more prone to use substance or go into drug dependence. Also children who are having learning difficulties, those who are having a lot of peer pressure from their colleagues to use substances. So all of these children should be paid special attention to, and they should be catered to. And what very important thing that we have to remember is life skills. So life skill training is very important. So what are life skills? So life skills can include things like having empathy, critical thinking, decision making, how to cope with stress, how to cope with emotions. So all of these are some of the life skills that the children need. So all of these should be imparted at a very young age, so that these children can resist drug abuse when such environment comes forth. So if you know someone who is struggling with substance abuse, what should be done? So we should have a very empathetic and non-judgmental approach towards the person, and we should ensure that they get adequate professional help. So professional help will be given by a psychiatrist and a team of psychologists, and we will be giving both medical management as well as counseling. So and with this, it is possible to lead a life that is free of drug abuse. So let us all say no to drugs and yes to life. Thank you.